Proverbs 19, verse 20. Listen to advice and accept discipline, and at the end, you'll be counted among the wise. Hi everyone, welcome to my show. My name is Sahndra Fon Dufe. The H is silent. We are watching Sahndra Things, and today we want to talk about a very, very important topic that has been coming up in this season of time. The question is how to be a good friend and how to maintain friendships that last for a long time. You know, one benefit that I think I had from going to boarding school as a child, I actually did attend 7 years all-girl boarding school. You were in a space with 700 other young women growing over the years, and you had to figure out, how do I deal with other women? How do I deal with other people? How do I show up in the world as a friend? And then over time, we pick our own different characteristics from the different places that we go to. And I know that I had success with friends very early. I was always in a pack, whether it be where I was in school, when I moved to university. I've had the same friends from when I was a child to university. And then moving to Los Angeles as a young adult, I had the same set of friends that will span for another 10 years after. And then moving to Nigeria, I met new set of friends. So I have all these friends that are from different areas in the world where I went to school, where I worked, where I lived. And this question is very important. How do you show up as a good friend? You see, sometimes, especially when you're younger, the idea of what a friendship means to you is not what it means to another person. So what that means is listening is a very, very important part of what friendship is. This video is actually going to focus on 5 things that you can use, tools, let's call it that you can use while navigating friendships. The first one is listening. We come from different backgrounds. We're raised differently, whether it be by virtue of culture, religion, our parents, style of raising us as children, where we went to school, all types of different factors, our environment at different stages in our lives. All these different things really shape who you become as a person. So to be a better friend, you really have to work on your listening. And listening is active, not passive. Not listening to respond or listening to have an opinion, but listening because you do want to understand where this person is coming from. There is the very famous psychological experiment of the glass half empty and half full. It is the exact same glass, but one person from their perception sees it as half empty, and the other person from the perception sees it as half full. So both of these people can be fighting so much and arguing, what are you going to tell me, that I didn't see the glass? That I wasn't wearing my glasses? I didn't have contacts? What are you trying to tell me? I saw this glass, it was half empty. And somebody else is like, yeah, me too, but then it was half full. So listening actively is one of the important tools when building a friendship, because it helps you understand where someone else is coming from, and it helps you navigate what they're trying to say. And by comparing the intent of both people and where they're coming from, then you're able to reach results a bit faster. The second thing, when it has to do with friendship, I think when I began this conversation, I read a Bible verse to you. It's about making the tough calls. You see, we live in a time of feelings. I know I've said this quite a bit, and I actually have an entire episode dedicated to this topic. We live in a time of feelings. People can no longer have difficult conversations. Everybody's afraid, walking along on eggshells, afraid to confront the tough conversations that have to be made. Everybody can tell you this. To have a successful friendship, especially over the years, you're going to have tough conversations. It's not everything that people want to hear. Everybody has blind spots, and only those who are really close to you can sometimes see what the rest of the world cannot see. So to be a better friend, you have to be willing, of course with love and respect, to have those tough conversations, to let them know when they are wrong, let them know where they could have done things better, let them know with love what you think that what your opinion is on one way that they could have navigated a situation. Sometimes your friend is dating this guy that is not good for them and keeps telling you the exact same story every time. There comes a time when you have to say, listen, I love you. I want you to be happy with whoever it is that you've chosen. But this person, based on the facts that you've told me, beat you on Tuesday, took your money on Wednesday, what's it going to be? And without necessarily dictating to them or making rules of what they should do or not do, or forcing them down, particular paths. But you can really be there as a listening ear and an encourager so that they may drop these traits that they have that are not working for them. The third one is actually very funny. I wrote this down because this comes up quite a bit. Again, like I mentioned to you, we are at an age where most of us have businesses, are starting businesses, do some type of trade or skill that requires payment. Be a better friend and pay your friends full price. Okay, stop arguing with your friends all the time. I mean, of course, like we're living in a world where the world just faced a global pandemic, but in two phases. In the country where I'm filming from, I'm currently in Nigeria at the moment, and we're just coming into a new season politically because the elections just finished not long ago. So of course the economy here has been a bit slower. So there's all of these variants, but I'm not saying that when things are tough for people, then you should also affect your own finances. I'm saying, yes, things are tough, but just in general, let us develop the habit of supporting our friends. Our friends, especially those that have small businesses, really do need your support. So sometimes it's not about money even. It's not always about money. Sometimes they need you to comment on their stuff, support them, share their stuff, show up to their events, right? So to be a better friend, try to support your friend, not in the way that you think is good, but in what they consider to be good. This is a very important thing because, again, back to what I said about the mindsets. One phrase that this particular season of my life has brought up to my spirit is learning how to love people in the way that they need to be loved, not in the way that you think they need to be loved. If it's important to your friend that every birthday we go have these mundane dinners, show up. It doesn't take anything away from you, even if you don't like people that much or you don't like to be in places that much. Show up because, as Maya Angelou would say, people are gonna forget a lot of things. They would never forget the way you made them feel. Either you made them feel happy, safe, loved, or not, and they don't forget those things. And yes, life is important and there's other things happening, but the way that we show up as friends is very, very important. And I really think that willingness to go out on a limb and, support your friend is something that is very much appreciated. The other thing as well is like trust. I think that trust in a friendship is very important. When a friend tells you something that is for you, don't tell someone else, okay? It's not good. I remember from growing up also, back in the day, there was this whole conversation among girls where it's like, you have a boyfriend now, and your boyfriend knows everything about all your friends, including things that they said don't tell anyone. And then one day you break up with a guy, and then your friend is looking at you like, Madam, so, okay, I can't tell you stuff anymore. You're gonna tell the next guy, right? And vice versa. I'm not a guy, so I always use examples of women sometimes. Forgive me, but what I'm trying to say is you can't go telling stories that are not yours to tell. When someone is your friend, whatever they tell you in confidence, keep it in confidence. Whether you guys stop being friends or not. You don't have to go tell their story to everyone else before you feel that, you've gotten back at them for whatever it is. On the same hand as well, especially with women, sometimes we start dating and we forget our friend until the relationship is over. Then you come back to your friends and your friends are like, Madam, where have you been this 4 years? The last 4 years, where have you been? We've gone through all these things and you weren't there because you were just focused on your guy and we were here wondering what's going on. So a lot of these things that I'm saying, I think we all already know them to some degree, but I'm taking this time to have this conversation with you to say, I know I had read somewhere that if you want better friends, be a better friend. It's a very deep statement. And a lot of us think that we're good friends, and we're not. Not because we mean to be bad friends, but if you're looking at the things that we do objectively, that's not what good friends do. This particular conversation is not to denigrate anyone or make anyone feel a way. It's to continue to inspire us to say that let us take time to think about the way that we show up in this world. I just want to take this moment before I leave this particular episode to say, I love you. God loves you. And, I'm going to bring my phone for this. There was something wonderful that I read. This is from the book of Proverbs 17:17, and it says, a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. There also is this other phrase that talks about two people are always better than one, whether it has to do with ideas, thinking about ideas, or just other soulmates, friends, buddies that we walk this life with, sharing our stories, our lives. I can tell you one thing for free. I think I mentioned this in one of my other episodes. I'm finally at a place in my life where I'm happy with my friends. I'm so happy with the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tribe of women that I get to call my friends, because all of these traits that I just explained to you, I can speak about them with my full chest, because I know a group of women who support you in good times and bad times. They would do everything for you. I mean, literally move mountains for you. I know a group of women, which I didn't even mention this before. I actually didn't mention this before. But think about getting to a place where you're the friend that prays for your friend. And like I said, I'm living through this, Oh my God, I had a bad day. This happened, that happened. And my friend just goes on to say, it is well. This thing happened. I don't know how I feel. I'm so depressed. This happened. I'll pray for you. Those powerful lines, guys. Like, that is that other levelness of friendship. And to be a better friend, don't always pray only for yourself. There's actually a role, a biblically recognized role of intercession, right? Where, yes, you have things you need, but you can step back and you can put a word up for your sister, for your brother, for your friend, for your spouse, for your partner, for your boss, your staff, right? So being a better friend is really about showing up for your friends in a way that they want to be loved, not necessarily the way that you know how to love or be. Being a better friend is about listening. It's about listening to your friends and understanding that, yes, we may be from different backgrounds, we may see things differently, but your points are valid. I hear you. Even when I don't understand, even when I don't agree with you, I do hear you and acknowledge you first. Being a better friend means that I get to have the tough conversations with you when nobody else will be honest with you. Knowing that you might be angry with me for a little bit of time, but I owe it to you as your friend to tell you this thing with love and with respect. I will not speak down to you. Being a better friend denotes that I will apologize if I was wrong. Listen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this, but I did. And I'm sorry. Full accountability. And I pray that you get to meet the friends in your life if you don't yet have friends. And if you already have great friends, then I pray that you find the grace, and that maybe one of the things that I've said today would actually speak to you and to how to show up differently for your friends. Thank you guys so much. And wait. Great outfit. Rosanna Couture made this for me. And speaking of great friends, thank you so much, Rosanna, for all your support over the years, sending me all these wonderful outfits, which I really, really love. I love you guys so much. My name is Sahndra Fon Dufe with the H. It's been great having you here, and God bless you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section. Let us know who your best friend is, and just maybe, I will send them a gift on your behalf. All right, thanks. Bye. You were in a space with telling stories. Give me 1 second. Just hold on. Don't cut.